Hi everyone, I'm Allie with PotomacBeads, and this episode of Better Beader is going to go over tons of calculations and sizes. I know it's a struggle and it's hard for some of us because we may live in different parts of the country, but as we're looking at different products, we see different measurements kind of all over the board when it comes to actually measuring beads and cording and length and quantities. So I thought what I would do is a Better Beader actually on doing some of those different conversions. We're actually going to see, if you see kind of me, I feel like my grandma here who was a seamstress, and I have a tape measure around my neck. If you have a measuring stick, a tape measure, a yardstick, a ruler, a caliper, that will definitely help aid in some of these things. Most of them are going to have multiple measurements and multiple units of measure on them, from inch to centimeter or meter to yard to actually going to the different kind of tiny stones with the caliper as well. So I wanted to go over some of those measurements and when you're looking at them, because a lot of products have different things and different measurements on them. The first thing I'm actually going to start with is going from meters to yards and going to inches and centimeters, feet, all of that. So Wildfire, for example, is a really good example of this because they have a bunch of different measurements already on the actual packaging. Not only does it have yards, it has meters, it has inches, it has millimeters that it's thick. So it has come of those different measurements kind of all over. So when you're looking at it, 1 meter is going to be about 1.09 yards, which is going to be about 39, a little bit over 39 inches. So when I'm looking at that here, I have the 1.5 yards, which again is going to be a little bit longer than 1 meter. So if I think about these in the yards here, I have 10 yards listed on the artistic wire. So the 10 yards is going to be a little bit less than 1 meter. It's generally 9 meters is going to be right about 10 yards is that conversion. Again, from there you get to 39 inches, which isn't a conversion that we do normally, but sometimes you do the whole conversion into actual feet when you're looking at different feet measurements. Here on the KO thread, again, it has meters, so it has 50 meters going to 55 yards. And when you're going to feet, about 1 meter is going to be 3.28 feet when you're looking at it. So that can help for those different measurements as well. And hopefully you should know that 1 meter is going to be 100 centimeters. So we generally will talk about meters when we're talking about things that go in lengths. We talk about meters and centimeters more so, and then millimeters obviously is going to be less than centimeters, 10 of those. And when you're talking about those generally are going to be for smaller lengths and smaller sizes of stone. Going into then some of the beads, just to kind of reiterate that whole length issue, I have some garnet faceted 6mm rounds here. Most of the gemstones we sell and are sold are done on 16-inch strands. So the 16-inch strands, you may say, how long is that? And how do I figure out how many beads are on a strand and so forth? So 16 inches is going to be equivalent to about 40.64 centimeters. And you'd be maybe wondering how I have all of this memorized. I don't. I have a piece of paper that's helping me in front of me. So you're looking at about 40.64 centimeters for 16 inches. You can easily do the conversion of how many beads per inch based on the millimeter size. So if you're thinking about it, you have 400 millimeters in an actual 16-inch strand. So if I have 4mm beads, I know I have 100. If I have 8mm beads, I know I have 50. If I have 6mm beads, I have about 76. And that may give or take 1 or 2 depending on who's measuring and stringing that day when they're looking at the beads. But that 400 millimeters is going to give you an idea as far as how many are in that full 16 inches. In addition to that, then 10 millimeters gives you 40 pieces in that 16-inch strand, and so on and so forth. Sometimes you may also want to know a 16-inch strand as far as the length is going to be a necklace that's going to hit kind of right here. It's called a sweetheart necklace. And then bracelets are going to be, generally speaking, about 17 centimeters is the 7 inches. If you do 18 centimeters, it gets a little bit more of that 17 and a quarter when you're working with it. So if you're looking to do some European conversions to American conversions, and honestly, the inch in the foot, I could live without the inch in the foot personally. But I also have a running backwards, so the meter thing is pretty good for me, and I got that pretty quickly. But sometimes it can be really, really confusing when you're looking at that. Another measurement that you may see, again, is that millimeters. So going down from the centimeters to the millimeters, a lot of our different beads are going to be measured in millimeters. So when I'm looking at the different units of measurement in that millimeter, it's going to be, again, 10 millimeters in a centimeter, and I'm looking at that, and I can use my little handy dandy tape measure here if I want to. The measurement is generally for beads going to be in millimeters. So it's going to be 9 by 6 millimeters on these cool drops. I'm not even sure what these are. Green swirls. So they're 9 by 6 millimeter swirl drops that you're looking on. Again, you can kind of think about the length of them and kind of how many to figure out how many are on a strand. When you're looking, again, following those measurements, I did mention that a caliper is really handy. So this is just a plastic caliper. It has on it the measurements in inches to millimeters. So it has up to 3.25 inches, which is going to be about 80 millimeters when you're working on it. It's compact, it moves around, and you can help to measure if you don't have a tape measure handy. In addition to meters and centimeters and inches, there's also another thing that you may want to know about, which is grams. So if you're not looking at regular beads, you may be looking at grams and trying to think in your mind, how many are in a gram? So the easiest thing to think about is when you're looking at grams, you want to think of a gram as 0.035 ounces if you have like that ounce measurement. And 100 grams is about 3.5 ounces. 4 different things. There's quick cheats online, and I have a blog about this as well, that 200 delicas are going to be about 1 gram of beads. There's different conversion charts for all the different beads as well. I brought a factory pack here to show you that the factory packs we sell are either in 50 or 100 gram packs depending on the size of them. And 100 grams is going to give you about 7.25, I think it is. I didn't write that one down. It's about 7.25, 7.15, I think, tubes of seed beads is going to be done in an 11.0 factory pack because it's about 14 grams in the 11.0 seed beads. So that helps you to figure out price-wise which way is the best way to do it, times 7, and kind of get it from there. In addition to the gram then going from the 3.5 ounces 100 grams to 3.5 ounces and then the gram to 0.035 ounces, you also have pounds to kilograms. So you should remember this from math class that 2.2 pounds is equal to 1 kilogram. And then going down from there and kind of looking at that, you have milliliters and fluid ounces. Milliliter to gram, they say when you're using water is about 1 to 1, but they're 2 different forms of measurement that you have liquid and solid going from the gram in a solid to the milliliter in a liquid, but they do a basis of water and you get 1 to 1. If you're looking to do milliliters, and why would you need to know that? Because Anna did a little infomercial the other day in our Facebook Live. They were actually starting to carry some different things that are going to be using those measurements. So I have some super new glue here. I have some gel de sol, and I have some of our new Permalax. So these are sold because they are liquid in the volume portion of it. So you're looking at, again, that 1 milliliter is going to be 0.033 fluid ounces. So I think the Permalax we're selling in the 5 milliliters. The super new glue here, I think I forgot to look. I think it is 3 or 4 milliliters. This one here is going to be, 9 millimeters or 0.3 fluid ounces. So a lot of different things will have that measurement as well. Google is a wonderful tool that can help you do all of these different measurements. Another thing that I brought back just in case you're unaware is that a gross. So this is a gross of ear wires. A gross is going to be a dozen. So it's going to be 144. It's a really common measurement in beading and in jewelry findings that you'll see things coming in a full gross or a dozen of 12. Likewise, in that dozen are some of our crystals. So the other thing that I wanted to go over, and it looks like I lost one of my little crystal packs here. One thing that I wanted to go over lastly was the idea of PP versus SS versus millimeter. So we spoke about those issues and those items when we were talking about beads, but when we're talking about flatbacks and crystals, PP is going to refer to a pearl plate or something that's flat. It's generally done for Swarovski rounds that are going to be flat on one side, so not the Rivolis or the Chatons. It's going to be for a flat hot fixed or flat back stone, and that's going to be PP. PP, that pearl plate, goes up to a pearl size of 33 PP. Anything higher than that, you convert it to a stone size, which is SS. The stone size conversion, you kind of need a whole chart for that. The actual equation and the easiest conversion is to know that PP, that pearl plate, 24 is going to be equivalent to stone size 12, which is going to be equivalent to 3 millimeters. When you get sort of larger than that 3 millimeters, again, you just go with the stone size. Stone sizes are kind of a fashion industry standard that was set by Swarovski for those different stone sizes. So we have the SS39s here, which are going to be an 8.3 millimeter. They actually, we have 8.3 for the Preciosa brand. When you get to stone sizes, there's a tiny bit of a variance all the way up to 0.4 millimeters for the stone size, which allows a little bit of flexibility for the person attaching them or putting them in settings, and also for the company manufacturing them. So it's a standard by which you could go on rather than saying the exact millimeter size. So SS39 is about an 8.3 millimeter. SS47, one of the larger ones, is about a 10.54 to about an 11.1, so we put 11 on here. And then again, this SS20, when you're looking at it, the SS20 is about 4.6 to 4.8 millimeters. That's going to be the stone size that fits in that conversion. Again, there's a whole conversion rate at that, but again, that PP stands for pearl plate, and that does stop at the 33 PP, which is going to be 17 SS, which is going to be about a 4.1 millimeter crystal when you're looking at it. So again, just remember that all of these are different units of measurement that you can use and aid you in shopping online, in making your jewelry, and doing these conversions. Always a good idea to have something handy to measure, as well as a plastic caliper, metal caliper, any sort of caliper, digital caliper. And lastly, to have your computer or a calculator with you if you have charts. Google is a wonderful tool. You can put anything in there. There's even apps for this on your phone. So if you're looking at everything on your phone, you can figure that out as well. So we went through the whole gamut of meters to yards to feet to inches to centimeters to grams to kilograms to pounds to ounces to stone sizes, and kind of all in between. So my advice, again, check out technology, check out Google. You can put in anything to anything as the equation, and it'll pop the answer up right there for you. But that hopefully should give you some extra information to make educated decisions, to make you a better beater, and may answer some questions as far as why things are measured certain things, especially like the actual chatons and the crystals. What is the SS? What is the PP? Check out some of the other Better Beater videos if you want to get more details on things that we think you should know when you're looking and making and designing your own jewelry and creating. Keep in mind, with this YouTube channel, you can always subscribe, hit that like button, and that gives me an idea of what you want to see and what you want to learn. When you subscribe, you get regular updates like these Better Beater videos, as well as tons of patterns and tutorials that you can check out online. As always, if you need anything, depending on what measurement it is, what length it is, what stone size it is, or what fluid ounces, we're happy to have you shop with us at PotomacBeads.com and PotomacBeads.eu. That's it for this Better Beater episode, and until next time, enjoy making your jewelry.